Hello and welcome to Wednesday's 22nd of the 2nd market review, as we usually do at the moment. It's been quite an interesting day on the FTSE100 today. We all know that, well, anyone that has been following FTSE should know at least that we broke up. Last 2 weeks we've been in the up to 20 range, 59-20 range. We broke above that. And overnight you can see, you always got to take the overnight market. It's a battle at the moment between, we broke out the range, is the range going to hold, as in normally what happens, which has happened on Monday when we took the long at 20, we just banged it to the pip. Is it going to hold? So that means if it's hold, it's likely to go up. If it's get back into the range, is it going to stay in the range? Is it become range bound? And these are the things you need to be aware about. So overnight we've broken back, and we had a sell-off overnight, broken back below the 20 level, but the overnight market is the overnight market. It's an estimated market. There's no pros that are trading this, because there's just not. It's not real. It's an estimation based on various formulas I don't really understand. I don't need to understand. So pre-open, the market goes up. We have a setup that we look to use, which is a reversal of the pre-market action, which this wasn't really today, but the DAX was going up. We were looking at the DAX this morning for various reasons that don't need to cover here, but it's a good indicator of of the FTSE. But as a core, we look to trade the FTSE after 8 o'clock. Obviously we don't want to trade before because of the spread. But we use the DAX as an indicator, and some people do trade that, and that's fair enough. So FTSE goes up out of hours, sets a high at 35, and we know that, overnight I think there was a high at 40 or above, but that's not a real high. You can't really use them levels as gospel. They're an indicator. Well, as all levels are, they're indicators. If you trade what you see, not what you think. The price goes up, comes down. On the open we don't really get a spike up. That's the first telltale sign that, hang on a minute, the market, does anyone want to buy up here? Bear in mind, this is new yearly highs. Yes, we've had the Greek news, but is it really that good? Don't think so. They might have signed a deal to do something, but they're still going to end up with 120% of GDP, or debt to GDP, sorry. So it's not like they suddenly found a gold mine. So market goes up, comes down, chops around, goes up, and then just decided to sell off. And we were up early this morning for various reasons, and we missed this, and I was kicking myself after this. This was a pure sign, sorry, of the market running out of steam. We have various setups that we teach, and they're all fairly basic, and some people comment on they can't be that simple, but yes, actually they really are. This is a classic, forget the indicators, forget the price action, well, not price action, but forget any indicator you can put on this chart. What is the market showing you? And the market is showing you simply, who wants to buy, who wants to buy, who wants to buy? Answer, nobody. So what happens? Price comes down, sells off. You just go short up here and just hit it. You just put a stop up here. If the price goes up here, then what do you just get stopped out. You're not interested. It's proved you wrong. Simple as that. Comes down, comes back up, and we all know that. Well, anyone should know that this area is an area of interest. 59.20. We've been banging we made decent money for the last 2 weeks banging off this short. It comes down, it slices through. That's again, people that know what they're doing know why these candles are doing this. Comes back up, doesn't even bother the longer term resistance, comes back down. So it's a very valid entry. As soon as you see this price get resisted in these levels, then just sell it. You need to be aware of these things. People get too hung up on exact entries and exits, but just what you need to look at the price action and work out what is the market actually showing me it wants to do, and then jump on its back. Now this level here was an interesting 107. You can see it bounced a couple of times. Probably, I don't know if it bounced a third time, I can't remember, I don't think it did. comes down, bounce, come down, bounced, and then you get all this chop around. I mean, this is an overnight level, which is no, it deserves no respect, but you just need to be aware of these things. And it comes down, chops, comes down, chops, and a few people we know we're trading in this, and you just do not want to be trading in this. This is just chop. You cannot take a position in this. It's gambling. And we all know, again, you should know that 0,0 is a key level. Price comes down, tests 0,0, comes back up, comes back down. Again, it's very, very choppy, and we know a few people that traded and lost a bit of money in this, and but it's a loss against quite a few profits. So we'll learn from it. We wouldn't be trading any of this. It's just chop. Even these levels, what you want to see with 0,0 is the price comes straight down, test it, show wash and wipe and other things that we teach, and then reject it. But this is just pure chop. You can't trade. You can't see the market chop 5 to 7 pips above your 0,0 and then expect 0,0 to hold. It doesn't work like that. And especially the time of day as well. It was towards dinner time, so there's not a lot of activity. It comes down again. You don't know this is the bottom, and so you can't really trade this going back up. You just can't really. You have no idea. I mean, if you look at, you got to remember that, the market is quite possibly going to go down quite a bit, or possibly going to go up quite a bit, and you can't second guess these levels. It just does not work. You can let the market show its hand, which is what we've done. We know it doesn't want to go above here, and we know it now. When it comes down here, rejects this level, goes up, comes down, doesn't set a lower low. Off it goes, then it's not interested in going back here. So it's basically range bound. So that sets the range. You can play the range now. We've got 92 up to 35. We've got 20 is a key level. Well, it was a key level, but look now, it's not being respected. It comes down, chops, comes up, chops, comes up, chops, come down, comes up. It's the 20 level that we've played the last 2 weeks. It's virtually irrelevant now. You just need to be aware of that. We just put it on there just for interest. Again, market comes down. This is a worrying sign. Well, not a worrying sign, but it's a worrying sign if you're long for certain. Again, what is the market telling you? London close. Why has this come down? Because people don't want to hold positions overnight. Because no one wants to go high, no one wants to go long. It's new territory for the year, so no one wants to marry a position. So people that are in the market sell off. For every trade there has to be another trade, so the price has to do something. Quick sell off, and this was probably only the third setup of the day and it's not ideal, but if we'd have been around, we haven't traded today, by the way, so I probably should have said that at the beginning, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not about what we do. This is fairly, price sells off, hits a level that we know has bounced around, even though it's an overnight level. We put this on our chart at 7:30 this morning, or 7 o'clock this morning. It's amazing how these things work. Excuse me. Chops around, it comes down, chops around, comes up, chops around, bounces, 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 comes through, and then stalls, and then goes back above. And a few people buy long back up, 13 pips or whatever, and then I can't remember what the market does after that, but that's irrelevant. So it's all about just simple. Keeping your overall bigger picture on what the market's doing, know when not to trade when it's chopping, and just look at your levels. It's as simple as it gets. Anyway, that's it for tonight. As usual, have a look at our website if you fancy it, or follow us on Twitter, and if you've got any questions, then just email us, and we'll do our best to help you. And trade safe, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you very much.